China's President Xi Jinping is poised for his first face-to-face meeting with a world leader in nearly 2 years on Friday when he hosts Russia's Vladimir Putin, with the pair drawing closer as tensions grow with the West over Ukraine and other issues. Xi has not left China since January 2020, when the country was grappling with its initial COVID-19 outbreak and locked down the central city of Wuhan where the virus was first detected. Related podcast episode artwork Play the Take the Unanswered Questions in Kazakhstan Full episode The Take Uganda ends the longest school closure The Take Can we revive the woolly mammoth? Should we? He is now readying to meet more than 20 leaders as Beijing kicks off the Winter Olympics it hopes will be a soft power triumph and shift focus away from the build-up blighted by a diplomatic boycott and coronavirus fears. Xi and Putin will meet in the Chinese capital before their nations release a joint statement reflecting their common views on security and other issues, a top Kremlin advisor said at a press briefing on Wednesday. The two strongmen will then attend the Olympic opening ceremony on Friday evening. Spiraling tensions with the West have bolstered ties between the world's largest and most populous nations, and Putin was the first foreign leader to confirm his presence at the opening ceremony. He hailed Russia's model relations with Beijing in a December phone call with Xi, calling his Chinese counterpart a dear friend. China's state-run Xinhua news agency carried an article from Putin on Thursday in which the Russian leader painted a portrait of two neighbors with increasingly shared global goals. Foreign policy coordination between Russia and China is based on close and coinciding approaches to solving global and regional issues, Putin wrote. He also hit out at the US-led Western diplomatic boycotts of the Beijing Olympics that were sparked by China's human rights record. Sadly, attempts by a number of countries to politicize sports for their selfish interests have recently intensified, Putin wrote, calling such moves fundamentally wrong. For its part, China has become more vocal in backing Russia in its dispute with NATO powers over Ukraine. Last week, China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi called Russia's security concerns legitimate, saying they should be taken seriously and addressed. On Thursday, Wang held face-to-face talks with his Russian counterpart, Sergei Lavrov, in Beijing before Xi and Putin's meeting. Beijing Xi is expected to meet more than 20 world leaders in Beijing as China kicks off the Winter Olympics it hopes will be a soft power triumph and shift focus away from the build-up blighted by a diplomatic boycott and coronavirus fears, Tyrone SIU/Reuters. Wang was quoted by the state-owned China Daily as saying that Beijing is ready to work with Moscow to deepen the time-honored friendship and comprehensive strategic coordination between the two countries. The China Daily said the two also agreed to reject politicization of sports and voice their common stand for safeguarding peace and stability in the Asia-Pacific region and oppose any attempt to create bloc confrontation. Moscow is looking for support after its deployment of 100,000 soldiers near its border with Ukraine prompted Western nations to warn of an invasion and threatened severe consequences in response to any Russian attack. China enjoyed plentiful support from the Soviet Union, the precursor to the modern Russian state, after the establishment of communist rule in 1949, but the two socialist powers later fell out over ideological differences. Relations got back on track as the Cold War ended in the 1990s, and the pair have pursued a strategic partnership in recent years that has seen them work closely on trade, military and geopolitical issues. Those bonds have strengthened further during the Xi Jinping era at a time when Russia and China find themselves increasingly at odds with Western powers.